My beloved child, I see you sitting in silence, surrounded by the world, but feeling utterly alone. There's an emptiness inside you that words can't fully express. It's not just sadness or exhaustion, it's a hollow ache, a quiet void that follows you even when no one else sees. You try to smile, you try to keep going, but deep within you feel like you've run out of something. Maybe it's strength, maybe it's hope, maybe it's the sense that you matter. I want you to know, I see it. I see the tears you've held back for too long. I see the nights you lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if anyone notices your pain. I notice. I always notice. You've tried so hard to be strong. You've carried burdens no one knew about. You've walked through days pretending everything is fine, even when you felt like breaking inside. The weight of being okay has crushed your spirit, hasn't it? But I'm not here to ask you for strength. I'm not here to tell you to fight harder or be better. I'm here to tell you that feeling empty doesn't make you weak. It means you're human. It means your soul is crying out for me, and I've heard that cry, every whisper, every silent plea you've made beneath your breath. I have not turned away. I want you to stop blaming yourself for how you feel. You are not broken because you're tired. You are not a failure because you feel lost. Even when you don't feel anything at all, no joy, no peace, just numbness, I am still with you. The world might expect you to always be full, to have the answers, to be strong, to give and give until there's nothing left. But I don't expect that from you. I don't need your perfection. I only need your heart, even if it's weary, even if it's quiet, even if it's barely holding on. I see the moments when you sit in a crowded room and feel completely invisible. I see when you reach for your phone, hoping for someone to notice your absence, to ask how you really are. I see how you keep showing up, even when part of you wants to disappear. I want you to know that I haven't missed a single moment of your pain. You're not invisible to me. I'm right beside you in every second of that silence. You are not walking through this emptiness alone. I know you've wondered if something is wrong with you, if you've lost who you used to be, if the best parts of you are gone forever. But that's not the truth. What you're feeling right now is not the end. It's not a sign that you've lost your way. It's a sign that you're in a sacred space, the place where you stop trying to fill yourself with the noise of the world and begin to let me fill you with my love. The emptiness you feel isn't a curse. It's an invitation. It's the space I'm preparing to fill with something eternal. So let go of the guilt, my child. You don't have to explain why you're tired. You don't have to justify why you feel numb. You don't have to prove anything to me. I already know your story, the long hours, the deep disappointments, the dreams that didn't come true. I know how hard you've tried to keep going, and I know that sometimes the hardest thing is just getting out of bed. But I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not frustrated with your sadness. I'm not surprised by your weakness. I'm not ashamed to sit in your silence with you. I want you to know that when you feel like you have nothing left to give, you are exactly where I can begin to move. I don't need your hands full of offerings. I only need your heart, open to me. Even if your prayer is only a whisper, even if all you can say is help, that is enough. That is powerful, that is holy. I respond not to performance, but to presence. And you, my beloved, are fully present before me now. You've been pouring yourself out for others, trying to be everything for everyone. But who has been there to pour back into you? Let me be the one who sits beside you and reminds you that you are not forgotten. Let me be the one who holds your weary heart and says, you are still worthy. You are still loved. I have not left you, not even for a moment, and I will not leave you now. The emptiness you feel does not scare me. In fact, I specialize in filling empty spaces. I've done it before, bringing light into darkness, breathing life into dry bones, turning mourning into dancing. And I will do it again for you. Because I know what your soul needs. I know how to reach the deep places where words can't. And I will fill you, not with fleeting comforts, but with lasting peace. Not with empty promises, but with my presence. You may not feel me right now, but I'm closer than your next breath. You may not hear me, but I am whispering your name. You may not understand what I'm doing, but I'm already at work inside you. Sometimes healing doesn't come with fireworks or dramatic change. Sometimes it begins quietly, in stillness, in surrender, in tears that no one else sees but me. I want you to rest, not just physically, but spiritually. Rest in knowing that I'm carrying what you cannot. Rest in knowing that you are safe with me. Let me do the filling. Let me rebuild the parts of you that feel hollow. Let me renew your mind, restore your spirit, and soften your heart. You don't have to force your way through this. You only need to lean on me. So here is my promise to you. You will not stay in this place forever. You will not always feel this empty. I will fill you with peace that surpasses understanding. I will fill you with joy that can't be taken. I will fill you with purpose that no one else can give. And most of all, I will fill you with myself. This emptiness is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your healing. I am here, my beloved child. Right now, right where you are, and I'm not leaving. My beloved child, I know what you're thinking. That because you feel empty, you must be broken. That if your heart is hollow, your value must have disappeared with it. But that is not the truth. Emptiness does not make you worthless. It makes you ready. Ready to receive, to be filled, to be renewed. In this world, so many measure worth by what they can produce, give, or achieve. But I never have. I see beyond appearances. I see the core of you, the quiet essence I shaped before time began. And even in this season where you feel you have nothing left, you are still of infinite worth to me. I created you with intention, not because of what you would do, but because of who you are to me. Your worth has never been tied to your energy, your productivity, or your emotional state. You could lie still for days, saying no words, shedding silent tears, and you would still be the one I died for. That has never changed, and it never will. Your emptiness is not a verdict. It is a signal, a sacred space where I'm preparing something new. A field must be cleared before new seeds are planted. So don't despise this space within you. Don't fear it. Let me use it. You may think of yourself like a cup that's been poured out too many times, a vessel now cracked and dry. But let me remind you of what I do best. I don't discard broken vessels. I fill them. I mend them with gold. I restore their beauty, not by hiding the cracks, but by turning them into the places where my light shines through. Even now, I am crafting something holy out of the very parts of you that you want to hide. What you call empty, I call sacred. What you see as failure, I see as fertile ground. Do not confuse silence with abandonment. Do not mistake stillness for punishment. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are being invited into a deeper understanding of who I am, not just the God who walks with you in strength, but the God who stays when you feel stripped bare. I know that this place of emptiness can feel cruel. I know it feels like a desert. But even in the desert, I provided. Even in the wilderness, I was there. Manna from heaven, water from a rock. I have not changed, and I will not leave you dry. Think of the olive, my child. Before it gives oil, it must be crushed. Before the fragrance is released, the petals must be pressed. This is not destruction, it is transformation. I am not taking from you just to leave you barren. I am clearing space so I can give you more than you've ever imagined. You have prayed for peace. You've asked for strength. You've longed for purpose. These don't come by rushing past the emptiness. They come by allowing me to meet you in it. Stay with me here. You don't have to perform for me. I don't love a more useful version of you. I love you even when you feel too tired to smile, too numb to care, too overwhelmed to move. I don't see you as lazy or dramatic or too much. I see you as a heart that's been carrying more than it was meant to hold alone, and I want to take that weight from you. You were never meant to walk this road without me. You were never created to carry your burdens in silence, pretending they don't exist. I didn't come to applaud your strength. I came to be your strength. So don't be afraid of what you feel right now. Don't be afraid of the nothingness, because it is not nothing. Even this void is filled with my presence. Even this ache has my fingerprints on it. I am here, not just when you're joyful or confident, but especially now when you feel empty. You don't have to understand everything to trust me. And you don't have to fix everything to be held by me. Just let yourself rest. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself exist without pressure, without shame. My child, the world tells you to fix yourself, to try harder, to get back up and move on, but I tell you, be still. Let me sit with you in this. Let me remind you that your worth doesn't disappear just because you feel lost. You are not defined by this season. You are not defined by how low you've sunk. You are defined by my love, and that love is unchanging. The same love that formed the stars, the same love that calmed the sea, is holding you now. Can you feel it? Even if you can't, it's still true. Your emptiness is not the end of the road. It's the turning point. It's where your striving ends and my healing begins. You don't need to rush to feel better. You don't need to chase after solutions. What you need is already here. My presence, my peace, my promise that I will never let go. You will feel joy again. You will feel purpose again. But for now, just let me hold you. Let me be enough for you, right here, right now. Even in the stillness, I'm planting something. Even in the quiet, I'm working. I'm healing places in you that you don't even know are hurting. I'm undoing lies that have lived too long in your mind. Lies that said you had to earn love, prove your worth, hide your pain. Those lies are losing their power now, because truth is taking root. And that truth is this: you are loved. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. So when the voice in your head tells you that you're useless, remind yourself, Jesus sees me. When you feel like you've lost all purpose, whisper, He is not finished with me. And when you feel so empty you don't know how to pray, just say, my name, Jesus. That's enough. I will come. I always come. You may not understand the why behind this season, but you can be sure of the who. I am the one who holds you. I am the one who knows every ache in your heart. I am the one who calls you by name, not to demand from you, but to restore you. And I will keep calling, until the day you lift your eyes and realize you are no longer empty, you are filled with me. This is not the end, this is the beginning of fullness. My beloved child, there's something I need you to understand deeply. I didn't come to condemn you. I didn't come to measure your failures, compare your weaknesses, or shake my head in disappointment. I came to love you, to heal you, to fill the empty places in your soul that nothing else has ever reached. That's who I am. That's what I do. And right now, in this season where your heart feels fragile and your spirit feels faint, I want you to know, I'm not standing above you with judgment. I'm kneeling beside you with compassion. You may have heard voices that told you otherwise. Maybe people made you feel like you weren't enough. Maybe someone once used my name to shame you or scare you. But I want to clear the noise from your heart today. I am not the voice of condemnation. I am the shepherd who searches for the one who wandered. I am the father who runs to embrace the child who returns with tears. I'm not counting how many times you fell. I'm already preparing the place where you'll stand again. Yes, I see your choices. I see the paths you took trying to numb the pain. I see the moments you chose silence instead of prayer, distance instead of trust. But none of that makes me turn away from you. Quite the opposite. It's why I draw even closer. I'm not afraid of your mistakes. I'm not offended by your questions. I don't flinch when you tell me about your fears. Your honesty doesn't push me away. It invites me in. This emptiness you feel inside, it's not a failure. It's not a sign that you've lost me. It's a signal that your heart is aching for the one it was made for. The longing in your soul is not a flaw. It's proof that you were created for something more, someone more. And that someone is me. I will not scold you for trying to survive. I will not shame you for reaching for things that didn't satisfy. I already knew the temporary would never fill you. That's why I came to give you what is eternal. I want you to picture this, a cup shattered into pieces. In the world's eyes, it's useless, tossed aside. But in my hands, it becomes something sacred. I gather the fragments gently. I hold each piece with care. I don't rush the restoration. I join the broken edges not with invisible glue, but with golden grace. What was once seen as worthless becomes more beautiful than before. That's what I do with you. I don't erase your story. I redeem it. I don't hide your cracks. I honor them, because they are where my mercy shines brightest. I know you think you need to fix yourself before coming to me, that you should be cleaner, stronger, more faithful. But let me ask you this. If you could heal yourself, why would I have come? I came for the sick, the tired, the poor in spirit, the lost, the worn down. I came because I knew the world would wound you. I came because I knew the enemy would lie to you. And I came because I knew only my love could save you. So stop waiting until you feel ready. I already know everything, and I still say, come to me. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to earn my love. You already have it, fully, freely, forever. The cross was not a transaction. It was a declaration. You are worth dying for. And if I gave my life for you at your lowest, do you think I would walk away from you now? Never. I will always come to fill, not to judge. I will always draw near to your pain, not pull away from it. I want to fill you with what the world can't offer. Not just comfort, but peace that stands even in the storm. Not just fleeting happiness, but joy that's rooted in eternity. Not just moments of clarity, but a life guided by truth. I want to pour into you until you no longer walk around carrying shame, fear, or loneliness. I want to saturate your soul with a love so complete that nothing else can take its place. And I want you to stop hiding. I want you to come to me with your questions, your anger, your regrets, your tears. I already know it all. I'm not waiting to see a cleaned-up version of you. I'm waiting to hold the real you, the you that struggles to pray. The you that wants to believe but is afraid. The you that feels unworthy of anything good. You are exactly the one I came for. I'm not a God who watches from afar. I stepped into your world so I could walk beside you. I felt hunger, loneliness, betrayal and pain, just like you do. I know what it feels like to cry in the dark. I know what it's like to feel misunderstood, unseen, and rejected. But I also know the power of resurrection. I know how to turn ashes into beauty, sorrow into strength, endings into new beginnings. And that's what I'm doing in your life now, even if you can't see it yet. Don't fear the quiet moments. Don't fear the waiting. This is not wasted time. This is holy ground. A season where I'm teaching your heart to beat in rhythm with mine. A season where I'm pulling out the weeds of shame and planting seeds of truth. A season where I'm restoring what others tried to take from you. Be patient, my child. Healing is not rushed. Transformation takes time. But every moment you spend with me is reshaping you into who you truly are. So today, if you feel judged, know that it's not from me. If you feel condemned, know that it's not my voice. If you feel like hiding, know that I'm already in the places you're afraid to show. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm delighted to be with you. I'm not tallying your sins. I'm pouring out grace. I'm not demanding more. I'm offering rest. Rest in me. Let me hold the parts of you that feel too fragile to carry. Let me whisper truth over the lies. Let me remind you that you don't have to earn what I give freely. You are not disqualified. You are not disapproved. You are not forgotten. You are my beloved. My joy, my chosen one. And even now I am filling you, not because you got everything right, but because my love for you never changes. I come not to judge, but to fill, and I will never stop coming, my beloved child. I know you've been trying to hold it all together. I've watched you carry the weight of too many yesterdays and fears about tomorrow. I've seen you clench your fists, trying to keep control, trying to stay strong for everyone else, while your own heart quietly breaks. You've fought to stay afloat in a sea of uncertainty, telling yourself, I can't fall apart. But my dear one, it's not your strength that will save you, it's your surrender. There is something sacred that happens when you finally let go. When you stop fighting to keep the pieces of your life perfectly arranged and allow them to fall into my hands instead. The world tells you to hold on tighter, push harder, do more, but I tell you, rest, let go. Let me take what you were never meant to carry. I don't need you to prove your worth. I don't need you to earn my favor. I need your heart, open, honest, yielded. You don't have to be brave in front of me. You don't have to pretend. I know how tired you are. I know the tears you cry in secret and the thoughts you hide from everyone else. I know the ache you feel when your plans unravel and the shame that whispers, "You failed." But listen to me carefully. When you reach the end of yourself, you have not come to the end of hope. You've come to the beginning of my work. What you see as breaking down, I see as opening up. It's in this surrender that I can finally pour in what you truly need. I have always waited for this moment, not because I enjoy your pain, but because I love your honesty. I love your humility. I love when your soul finally sighs and says, "I can't do this alone." That's not weakness, my child. That's wisdom. That's strength. That's the moment heaven leans in and I begin to move. When you surrender, walls fall down. The walls of shame, fear, guilt, pride, they begin to crumble in my presence. You don't need to guard yourself with me. I will never wound you. I will never exploit your vulnerability. I am the safest place for your surrender. I'm not standing with arms crossed, waiting for you to get it right. I'm kneeling with arms wide open, ready to catch you when you fall and carry you where you can't walk on your own. Let me take the reins. Let me lift the burden. Let me enter the spaces you've kept locked for so long. I know why you built those walls. You were hurt. You were let down. You were told that surrender was losing. But in my kingdom, surrender is how you win. In your weakness, I become your strength. In your stillness, I begin the healing. In your silence, I whisper truth. So let yourself collapse into my arms. Cry if you need to. Scream if you must. But know that in this breaking, I am near, so very near, closer than you've ever felt me before. Because I dwell with the broken-hearted. I abide with those who are poor in spirit. I sit beside those who can no longer pretend they have it all together. And I call them blessed. Yes, blessed are those who reach the end of themselves, for they will finally see the beginning of me. Don't be afraid of what surrender looks like. It doesn't mean giving up on life. It means giving up the illusion that you must do it all alone. It doesn't mean apathy. It means trust. It means breathing deeply, unclenching your fists and saying, "I choose to believe you'll catch me." That simple act of trust changes everything. When you stop running, I start leading. When you stop resisting, I start rebuilding. Even now, I am piecing things together behind the scenes. You may not see it yet, but your surrender has activated something holy. I am moving in the relationships that drained you. I am healing the wounds that no one else acknowledged. I am undoing years of self-blame, unraveling lies, and sowing truth into the places where only pain once lived. Because when you let go, I don't let things fall apart. I let things fall into place. Your surrender is not the end of your story. It's the part where the music shifts and the light breaks through. It's where peace begins to seep into the cracks. It's where you finally begin to feel me, not as a distant idea, but as a real presence, close and constant. I'm not just here to walk beside your strength. I'm here to carry your weakness. I'm here for it all. And so, my child, let go. Let go of the need to have all the answers. Let go of the fear of the unknown. Let go of the past you can't change and the future you can't control. Release your grip on every burden you've held too tightly for too long. Give them to me. Trust that my hands are more capable than yours. Trust that what I do with your surrender will always be greater than what you could do with your striving. You were never meant to be your own savior. You were never created to carry the world. That job was always mine, and I am more than enough. I am the lifter of heads, the healer of hearts, the restorer of hope. When you let go, I step in, not just to fill you, but to free you, not just to comfort you, but to transform you. So breathe, my beloved. The worst of the storm is not your burden to control. I am in the boat with you. I speak to waves and winds. I calm storms with a word. And I'm speaking now, not just to the sea around you, but to the storm inside you. Peace, be still. Let those words echo in your soul. Let my peace replace your panic. Let my hands replace your worry. This is the holy work of surrender. This is how miracles begin. My beloved child, now that you've laid it all down, your fears, your failures, your fatigue, come and let me fill you, not with the shallow comfort the world offers, not with empty promises or momentary distractions, but with something far greater, something eternal. I want to fill you with what no one else can give you, what no earthly success or human affection or material possession could ever provide. I want to fill you with my very presence, with peace that goes beyond understanding, with joy that doesn't disappear when circumstances change. You see, the world tries to fill your emptiness with noise, entertainment, achievement, validation, busyness, and for a moment it seems to work. You feel a little lighter, a little distracted, maybe even a little happy, but it never lasts, does it? The void returns. The ache remains, because only I can fill the space that was made for me alone. The space within you is sacred. It wasn't designed to be satisfied by anything temporary. It was created for the eternal, me, living in you. When I fill you, I don't just patch up what's broken. I recreate, I renew, I breathe life into places that have been dormant for years. I speak light into shadows you were too afraid to face. I pour healing into wounds you forgot you even carried. What I give isn't superficial. It doesn't wear off. It transforms. I don't want to just comfort you. I want to change the way you see everything. Because once you're filled with me, even the darkest night loses its power over you. My child, what the world offers you is always conditional. You're loved if you perform. You're accepted if you succeed. You're valued if you fit in. But my love doesn't work that way. My love is not an if, it's a because. Because I created you, because I see you, because I chose you, because I delight in you. That's why I fill you, not because you earned it, but because you need it, because I want you to experience what real love feels like, safe, steady, unshakable. And when I fill you, it doesn't just change how you feel, it changes who you are. The lies you believed begin to fall away. The shame that once defined you loses its voice. The pressure to be perfect breaks off. You begin to walk lighter, speak kinder, dream deeper. Not because life gets easier, but because you're no longer walking through it empty. You're walking through it with me, alive in you, empowering you, carrying you when your strength runs low. You were made for more than survival. You were made for overflow. You were made to receive so deeply from me that it spills out into every part of your life, your relationships, your choices, your perspective. When I fill you, you no longer chase the world's approval. You no longer have to hustle for worth. You simply rest in my truth. You are enough, because I am enough in you. Let me be the one who defines your fullness, not your accomplishments. Not your status, not your image. Those things change. I do not. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And my filling does not run dry. I am not like the world, giving and taking away. I am your source, and I do not run out. I don't bless you and leave. I bless you and stay. I abide. I remain. I dwell in your heart like a gentle river, always flowing, always cleansing, always giving life. And when you feel empty again, and you will because you're human, don't despair. Don't question your worth. Don't think you've failed. Just return. Return to the source. I will never grow tired of filling you. I will never withhold myself. My grace is not limited. My presence is not reserved for the deserving. It is for the hungry, the thirsty, the broken-hearted, the honest. And my child, you are welcome here. Always. You don't need to strive. Just open. Just breathe. Just say, Lord, I need you. And I will come. I will come in the quiet. I will come in the chaos. I will come when you least expect it and when you most need it. I will fill you in ways you cannot explain, through peace in the middle of panic, through clarity in the fog, through comfort in the ache. I will surprise you with how near I am, how deep my love goes, how personal my presence feels. This is not about religion. This is not about rules. This is about relationship, you and me, heart to heart. No pretense, no masks, just raw honesty and sacred intimacy. You were never meant to go through life disconnected from me. Your heart was made to beat with mine, and the more you let me in, the more whole you will become. Not perfect, but whole. Not empty, but full, full of me, so let me fill you now. Close your eyes, still your thoughts, and let your heart open like a window. Breathe in my peace. Let my spirit settle over you like a warm blanket. Let my words speak louder than the noise of the world. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are mine. And I'm here. This is what the world cannot give you, a love that stays, a peace that protects, a joy that grows even in sorrow, a presence that never leaves. I am not a feeling. I am not a moment. I am the living God, and I have chosen to live in you. My beloved child, I knew this would happen. I knew there would come a moment when you'd fall again. Maybe not in the same way as before, but still in a way that made you feel ashamed, defeated, or afraid. I saw the moment coming, not with disappointment, but with compassion, and I never once thought of leaving. I never once stepped away. Because my love doesn't retreat when you fall. It draws closer. I saw how hard you tried. I saw how much you wanted to stay on the right path. I saw the effort in your heart, the sincerity in your prayers, the hope you carried that this time you'd stay strong. But when the weakness came, when the temptation spoke louder than truth, when exhaustion took over and the world pulled at your soul, I didn't turn away. I didn't cross my arms. I opened them even wider. You see, I didn't love you because you were flawless. I loved you knowing every flaw you carried. I didn't choose you because you would never fall. I chose you knowing you would again and again, and I decided that I would stay. That I would forgive, that I would restore. I made peace with your humanity before you ever had the chance to condemn yourself. My love isn't shocked by your imperfections. It's built for them. You're afraid, aren't you? Afraid that this time was the last straw, that I'm growing tired of forgiving you, that somehow you've used up all your chances. But my child, grace doesn't run out. Mercy doesn't expire. I do not measure love by your consistency. I measure it by mine, and I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My love endures, especially when yours wavers. I want you to look up. Lift your eyes from the ground of shame and meet my gaze. I am not frowning. I am not distant. I am not angry. I am right here with hands ready to lift you again. I don't tire of picking you up. I don't grow weary of washing your feet. I don't sigh when you return. I rejoice, because every return is a victory. Every cry for help is a step toward healing. Every moment you reach for me, even through guilt and fear, I receive it as worship. I know you may not feel worthy of love right now, but my love has never depended on your worthiness. That's what makes it holy. I don't love you less because you fell. I don't withhold myself until you fix everything. I come while you are broken. I speak your name while your heart is still trembling. I hold you while the dust is still settling. Because my love doesn't wait for your perfection. It moves straight into your pain. Remember this, falling doesn't mean failing. Not in my kingdom. Falling simply means you're still on the journey, still learning, still human. And if you fall 1,000 times and still turn back to me, I will meet you every single time. This isn't about performance, it's about presence. It's about a relationship that runs deeper than your worst days. I am not disappointed in you. I know that's hard to believe. The enemy wants you to think I'm done with you, that I've closed the door and turned the lock, but I haven't. In fact, I've opened the door wider. I've stepped outside to find you, and I'm calling your name, not with anger, but with love that echoes through every fear and doubt inside you. Come home. Come back. Not because you're clean, but because you're loved. I'm not keeping score, I'm keeping you. You don't need to hide from me. You don't need to punish yourself to earn another chance. Just come. Bring your regret. Bring your confusion. Bring your self-hate and all the words you've spoken against yourself. Lay them down before me and let me speak better words. Let me speak truth over your lies. Let me replace your shame with peace. I still believe in you. Not because I expect you to be perfect, but because I know what I've placed inside you. I know who you are becoming. I see the end from the beginning. I see the beauty I'm shaping out of your struggle, and I will not stop until the work in you is complete. Even if you take detours, even if you fall again, I am committed to you far beyond what you can imagine. Let this be the moment you stop running from me, from grace, from yourself. Let this be the moment you breathe deeply and say, I'm still his. Because you are. You always have been. Your failures haven't rewritten your identity. You are still chosen, still beloved, still mine. I know the voice of guilt is loud right now. I know the voice of shame says you should have known better. But listen for my voice. It's quieter, but it's stronger. It says, you are forgiven. You are welcome. You are still my child. Let that voice be louder in your spirit. Let it drown out the lies that keep you bound. You can begin again. Right now. Right here, not by erasing the past, but by placing it in my hands. I'm not asking you to forget what happened. I'm asking you to let me redeem it, to use it. To turn it into part of your testimony. The parts of your story you'd rather hide, those are often the very places where my light shines brightest. My love for you is not fragile. It is not based on performance. It is based on covenant, an eternal, unshakable promise sealed in blood. The cross wasn't just for your good days. It was for your worst. And it still speaks. It is finished. That means guilt is finished. Shame is finished. The lie that you're too far gone is finished. You are free, not because of what you've done, but because of what I've done for you. So stand up, even if you're still trembling. Walk forward, even if it's just one small step. I will walk with you. I will strengthen you. I will restore what's been broken. You're not starting over alone. You never were alone. And you never will be. This love, this staying, enduring, never leaving love, is yours, even when you fall again, my beloved child. I know the silence can be the hardest part. When the prayers feel unanswered, the days stretch without change, and your soul begins to wonder, are you still there? You speak to me, but hear nothing. You cry out, but feel no response. You search the sky for signs, but see only stillness, and slowly you start to believe what the silence seems to say, that maybe I've gone quiet because I've gone away. But I haven't. Not for a moment. I need you to understand something sacred. Silence is not absence. Stillness is not abandonment. Just because I'm not speaking loudly doesn't mean I've stopped listening. Just because you cannot feel me doesn't mean I've stopped holding you. Sometimes I speak with words that thunder. Other times I speak in quiet breath between heartbeats, and often I speak not through sound, but through unfolding. You're used to the noise of the world. Instant updates, quick answers, constant motion. So when I invite you into a slower rhythm, into a sacred hush, it feels unnatural. It feels like being left behind. But my ways are not like the world's. I don't rush. I don't fill the void just to keep you distracted. I allow silence because in that space something deeper is being formed. Faith that trusts beyond what it can see or hear. You may not realize it yet, but right now I am working in ways beyond your understanding. I'm untangling things that have been knotted for years. I'm softening hearts around you that you thought were unreachable. I'm preparing doors to open, hearts to return, healing to begin. I am not idle. I am intentional. And though I may not explain every step along the way, I never stop moving in love toward you. The silence is often the space where roots grow deep, where identity is solidified, where you discover that your faith is not built on feelings, but on truth. Do you remember how I spoke to Elijah? Not through the wind, not through the earthquake, not through the fire, but through the still, small voice. I haven't changed. I still speak in the quiet, and you, my beloved, are learning to hear me there. Sometimes I allow silence because I want to shift the conversation from surface to soul. In the noise, you ask me for quick fixes. In the quiet, you begin to ask deeper questions about who you are, about why you hurt, about what you're truly longing for. These are the questions I love to answer, not always in a flash, not always with words, but through revelation that grows like light at dawn, soft at first, then unmistakable. Don't run from the silence. Don't fill it with noise just to avoid feeling alone. Come and sit with me in it. Let it be a sanctuary, not a punishment. Let it be a place where you lay down your striving and simply be. I'm not measuring your productivity in these moments. I'm nurturing your soul. I'm teaching you how to rest, not just physically, but deeply. This is the kind of rest that restores, the kind that reaches into places too tired to speak. I know it's hard. I know you miss the days when your heart felt alive with my nearness. I know you long to hear my voice as clearly as you once did. But trust me, silence is not distance. It's depth. I'm not taking something from you. I'm giving you something eternal. Endurance, discernment, intimacy. I'm drawing you closer, not pushing you away. I'm preparing you to carry more of my presence, not less. Remember this, child. The seed does not grow the moment it's planted. It lies beneath the soil, hidden, surrounded by darkness. But even then, the process has begun. The roots are stretching, the stem is forming, and in time, at the right time, it will break through the surface. That's what's happening in you, right now. Though you cannot see it, I am planting. I am forming. I am bringing life where you only see stillness. I see the small acts of faith you make even in silence. I see you open your Bible even when the words feel dry. I see you whisper, "I trust you," even when your heart is aching. I see you choose kindness, keep going, take one more step. These small things matter more than you know. They are seeds of surrender, seeds of devotion. And I am watering them with grace. And when the time comes, and it will, the silence will break, the dawn will rise. The answers will come, but you won't be the same. You'll be stronger, steadier, quieter inside. You'll recognize my voice more clearly because you've listened in the silence, and you'll carry peace that the world can't explain, because you didn't find it in noise or signs or miracles, but in me alone. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. You are not alone. I am right here, and I'm not just with you. I'm for you. Working all things together for your good, even now, even here, even in the silence. So don't give up. Don't stop seeking. Don't assume that stillness means nothing is happening. So much is happening, inside you, around you, through you. But it takes faith to see the invisible, faith to believe when there's no proof, faith to trust when the silence lingers longer than you hoped. You are walking through holy ground. Let this silence stretch you. Let it soften you. Let it make you more aware of my nearness, not less. Because when the noise falls away, what remains is what's most true. I am with you, always, and I never stop working. My beloved child, I've heard every prayer you've whispered, every plea wrapped in tears, every silent hope you were almost afraid to speak aloud. I've seen how carefully you've held your dreams, how you've brought them to me, trembling, wondering if I would care enough to answer. I have. I do. But what you need to know now is this. I'm not only answering your prayers, I'm going beyond them. You asked me to fix what was broken. But I'm rebuilding your entire foundation. You asked for enough strength to make it through the day. I'm preparing you to walk in joy through seasons you haven't even imagined. You asked for healing from what's been done to you. I'm giving you purpose born from your pain. You asked for me to fill your emptiness. I'm making your heart a dwelling place for my glory. You see, I don't deal in temporary comfort. I deal in transformation. I don't just want to bring you out of the pit. I want to teach you how to soar. I'm not merely answering your cries. I'm inviting you into something far greater than you thought you could carry. I'm calling you higher, calling you deeper, not to burden you, but to bless you in ways you didn't know were possible. There's a reason you feel stretched right now, a reason some doors closed even though you begged for them to stay open, a reason you're walking through places that don't make sense yet. It's because I'm leading you into more than survival. I'm calling you into fullness, into a life not driven by fear, but by faith. And sometimes that means removing what you thought you needed, so I can give you what your spirit truly longs for. Don't be discouraged by the detours. What feels like delay is often divine alignment. I haven't forgotten the things you've asked me for, but I also haven't forgotten the things I created you for. You see only the now. I see the entirety of your story. I know where I'm taking you, and if I've allowed you to walk this far, it's not to leave you, it's to take you further. Further than comfort, further than old expectations, further than what you thought was possible. You asked for answers. I'm giving you revelation. You asked for provision. I'm giving you vision. You asked to be rescued. I'm teaching you to reign. Because you're not just someone in need of healing, you are someone being made whole to bring healing. You are a carrier of my light. And I am forming you through every moment, every challenge, every prayer, even the unanswered ones. So don't settle for what you think is enough. Don't shrink your prayers to fit your pain. Don't believe the lie that you must be content with scraps when I've prepared a feast. I am not limited by what you think you deserve. I give according to my heart, not yours, and my heart for you is lavish. Abundant, uncontainable. I know you didn't expect this road. I know it's taken longer than you hoped, but if you could see what I see, what's waiting just beyond the horizon, you would understand why I couldn't let you stay where you were. I'm not punishing you. Not. I'm positioning you. I'm not withholding. I'm weaving. Every unanswered prayer has purpose. Every closed door is a redirection towards something greater. You thought you were asking for restoration, but I'm writing resurrection into your story. I'm not bringing back the old, I'm birthing the new, and new things take time. They require trust. They require space. They require surrender. And that's what you've been giving me, even when you didn't realize it. Every yes in the dark, every act of obedience in the waiting, every time you chose to stay soft, to keep praying, to keep walking, those were the building blocks of this new season. This journey will not always be easy, but it will be holy. And I will be with you in every step. You won't walk alone. I will strengthen you when you feel small. I will speak when the path gets quiet. I will protect you from things you don't even see coming. And I will surprise you with joy, with wonder, with the kind of peace that can't be explained, only experienced. You don't have to know what's ahead. You only need to know who is leading you. I am not just God of the beginning, I am God of the journey, and this journey is going somewhere glorious. You may have started by asking me to ease your pain, but I'm ending this by rewriting your story. You may have prayed for survival, but I'm establishing you in significance. Trust me when it feels unfamiliar. Trust me when you feel unequipped. Trust me when all you have is a mustard seed of hope. That's enough for me to move. That's enough for me to take you places you've never dreamed. I'm not asking you to map out the future. I'm only asking you to take the next step and let me unfold the rest. So breathe deep, my beloved. You don't need to fear what's ahead, because I'm already there. I go before you, I walk beside you, and I follow behind you with goodness and mercy. This is not the end of your story. It's not even the middle. This is the threshold of something more, something holy. You asked me to fill your emptiness, and I have. But now I'm inviting you to pour it out, to live a life so full of me that others are changed by your overflow. Not by your perfection, but by your journey, by your surrender. By the quiet miracles I'm working in you each day, you're going further than you asked for, further than your past said was possible. Further than fear told you to stop, and I'll be with you, every breath, every step, every mile. Let's go, my child. The best is not behind you, it's just beginning. My beloved child, I know what you're thinking. After all that's happened, after all the failures, delays, heartbreaks and detours, how could there still be a future? You've walked through so many shadows. You've questioned your purpose. You've wondered if you've missed your chance, if too much time has passed, if I've moved on from you. But hear me clearly today. I still have plans for you. Yes, even now, even after everything, even in the wake of your mistakes, your doubts, your disappointments. My plans were never built on your perfection. They were built on my promise. I knew every valley you would walk through, every tear you would cry, every moment you would fall, and I still chose you. I still called you, and I still have more ahead for you than you can imagine. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. You are not too broken. Your story is not over. I am the one who brings beauty from ashes, purpose from pain, and hope from ruins. What you see as an ending, I see as a beginning. What you call too far gone, I call right on time. You may have walked through seasons where nothing made sense. You may have felt like your prayers were unanswered, your steps uncertain, your heart exhausted. But none of it was wasted. I've used it all, every chapter, every silence, every scar, to prepare you for what's next. I'm not just restoring what you lost, I'm multiplying it. I'm rebuilding something that's not only stronger, but more beautiful than what you had before. You see, my plans don't expire. They don't get cancelled when life gets messy. They are not dependent on human timelines or worldly expectations. My plans are eternal, and they are tailored specifically for you. You may not know every detail yet, but trust this. I am the author, and I am still writing. And the chapters to come hold more healing, more hope, and more wonder than you've dared to ask for. You've looked at others and thought they were ahead, that they were chosen while you were overlooked. But I want you to know, I never skipped over you. The timing you feel is delay is actually grace. I've been growing roots before revealing fruit. I've been building endurance before the breakthrough. I've been shaping your character so that when the doors open, you'll walk through them, not in fear, but in confidence. So don't look back with regret. Look forward with expectation. Yes, you've been through the fire, but it hasn't destroyed you. It's refined you. Yes, you've been through the storm, but it hasn't drowned you. You've been carried. You are still here, and that means purpose still breathes within you. You were created for more than survival. You were created to walk in destiny. Let go of the belief that you missed the only chance. With me, there's always more. I'm not limited by your past decisions. I'm not hindered by your current weakness. I don't need you to figure it all out. I just need your yes. Your willingness, your open heart, that's all it takes to step into what I've prepared for you. I'm not asking you to run, I'm asking you to move forward, even if it's slowly. even if it's one step at a time. I'm not in a rush, I'm in a relationship, and I will walk with you. I will lead you gently. I will reveal each piece of the journey at the right time. You don't have to worry about how it will all unfold. Just stay close to me and you'll see. You may not know where the path leads, but you know who's leading you. That's enough. I don't just want to show you the plans, I want to walk with you through them. I want to partner with you, not because I need your help, but because I love your heart. I made you not just for heaven, but for purpose here and now, in your family, in your friendships, in your calling, in your healing. And yes, I know your heart still carries questions. Why did it take so long? Why did it hurt so much? Why didn't things turn out the way you hoped? I won't always give the answers you expect, but I will give you myself, and I am enough. My presence is not the lesser gift, it is the greatest treasure. And when you learn to follow me, not just for answers, but for intimacy, everything else begins to change. My child, my plans for you are not fragile. They won't shatter under pressure. They won't dissolve when you're tired. They are rooted in eternity. They are sealed with grace, and they are waiting for you to take hold, not with perfection, but with trust. So rise up, even if you're still healing. Say yes, even if your voice trembles. Dream again, even if it scares you. I will meet you in your obedience. I will strengthen your heart. I will open doors no one can shut. I will breathe life into the very places you thought were dead. And I will do more than you asked, not because you earned it, but because I love you. There is still so much ahead, so much beauty, so much joy, so much purpose. You don't have to settle for survival. You don't have to keep living like it's too late. You are alive, and that means my plans are still unfolding. Let me take you there. Let me write the next part. Let me remind you day by day that your future is still in my hands, and it is good, my beloved child. You've walked through silence and storms. You've wrestled with emptiness and questions that had no clear answers. You've carried weight that felt unbearable, and yet you're still here. You've made it to this moment, and I want you to pause right here with me and breathe in a truth that will shape every step ahead. This is not the end. It's a new beginning. You may feel like you've come to the edge of yourself, like the journey has drained what little strength you had left. But where your strength ends, mine begins. And I don't bring you this far just to leave you. I bring you to the edge so you can see what you were never meant to do alone. So you can finally see that every ending the world tries to label is actually a doorway in my hands. You are stepping into something sacred. You are not the same person who cried out to me in the beginning. Look at you. Yes, still healing. Yes, still growing, but softer, deeper, wiser. Your heart has been shaped by surrender. Your steps have been slowed by grace. You've learned to listen in silence, to trust in uncertainty, to love yourself in the presence of my love. These are no small things. These are miracles in motion. Do not mourn the seasons that are ending. Celebrate them. They have prepared you. The breaking prepared you to receive. The waiting taught you how to trust. The silence tuned your ears to my whisper. And now comes the unfolding. Not all at once, not in flashing signs or grand gestures, but day by day, breath by breath, as you continue to walk with me. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You only need a willing heart. That's how every new beginning starts, with a yes. And you've already said yes in the dark, when no one saw it but me. You said yes when you chose hope instead of giving up. You said yes when you opened your hands and let me take the pain, and that yes is still echoing in heaven. It still moves my heart. This new beginning isn't about escaping your past. It's about redeeming it. I will take every tear, every scar, every chapter you wanted to forget, and I will weave it into the story of someone who didn't quit, someone who kept walking, someone who dared to believe that love could still find them. And it did. I did. So what comes next? You may not see all of it now, but I do. I see the healing conversations ahead, the laughter you didn't think you'd feel again, the freedom that no longer feels like a far-off dream. I see the people whose lives will be changed by your story. I see you waking up not with dread, but with quiet expectancy. You won't just survive anymore. You'll live, fully, deeply, joyfully. You will discover new strength in yourself, not because it came from within, but because it came from me. You will dream again, not the kind of dreams that leave you striving, but the kind that invite you into peace. You will love again, not with fear, but with courage. And most of all, you will begin to see yourself the way I've always seen you, not broken, not behind, not unworthy, but chosen, cherished, whole. Let me remind you again, this isn't the end. It's not too late. You haven't missed your moment. This chapter is not closing in loss. It's opening in hope. I am still writing your story, and the pen is in my hand, not yours. Trust what I'm doing. Trust what I've begun. For I never start something I don't intend to finish, and what I'm building in you is eternal. Let today be a marker, a holy shift, a quiet turning from despair to hope, from fear to trust, from emptiness to fullness. Let today be the day you say, I am not who I was. I am becoming who He made me to be. And as you walk into this new beginning, know that I'm walking with you, not behind, not ahead, with you. You're not alone. You never were, and you never will be. So take my hand. Lift your head, step forward, not perfectly, not fearlessly, but faithfully. One step at a time. This new beginning is not about getting everything right. It's about staying close to me. And I will lead you through joy, through stillness, through every twist of the path, into a life more beautiful than you've dared to dream. You asked me to fill you, and I did. I will, again and again. This is not the end, my beloved child. It's just the beginning,